it's in here.
Okay.
I don't know. I should.
Here we go. Good morning and welcome to the Aired Out podcast with Fly on the Wall Productions and live from the basement. This morning joining me is Sue Walker and Lisa Crowning Shield, the 10th and final annual ladies ride for breast cancer. And they're going to let us know what they're doing, what they're up to, and how the final year is going to unfold. And as we've been telling you all week long, we truly hope that this will be the best and the biggest turnout you guys have had yet. I mean, we would love to see that happen. So welcome, and welcome everybody on this beautiful, bright, sunny day. Hopefully it's going to stay that way a lot longer, though it didn't seem to say that. But we won't talk about that. Yeah. So good morning and welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, to the basement. Yeah.
It's a lovely basement.
Yeah. But which one of you want to kick it off? Tell us what you're doing.
You can go for it. Sue can start. She has written something out so that we can touch on all the major points of what we've done, where we're going, and what's happening this year.
Yeah. We got to put Lisa's mic a little bit closer to her.
Hello.
There you go.
So it is our 10th and final ride. We started in 2014, so it's not exactly 10 years, but 10 rides. We feel like we've done a lot, and we feel like it's time to, call it quits. Hopefully after we've reached a goal that we've set for ourselves that we could talk about a little later. But yeah, it's going to be great. We're going to we have a beneficiary, and we're hoping to come back and talk about our beneficiary and bring her with us.
Absolutely.
Hi, Danya.
Today we wanted to focus more on the fact that it's our 10th year and what we're planning for a celebration. Mm-hmm. So the daytime will be all about our beneficiary, our usual ride and after party and meal and silent auction and all that.
Which all takes place at Gusto's.
All takes place at Gusto's, mm-hmm. Yeah. And then we are bringing it into the evening, into the nighttime. Oh. And that's going to be our big 10th celebration. We have a band called Lawless playing for us, and they're going to start at about 8. So that'll be our 10-year celebration, just kind of bringing it all to a close.
And we have Donna Thunder playing at the event during the day.
Yep.
And Josh and Gusto's are donating everything at the door that night toward our goal, which we'd like to reach $25,000 this year to reach our $100,000 given away in 10 years.
Yeah.
So that would put you at that mark for overall.
So far we have given away $74,650.
Wow.
Yeah, over nine years.
Incredible.
Yeah.
That's a lot in 9 years.
Yep. Our biggest year was $25,000, and that was a lot of money. So in order for us to reach our goal, we have to make or be able to give away a little more than $25,000. Mm-hmm. So it's a hefty goal, but
incredible.
We think we can meet it if we, if everybody comes and if it's a beautiful day. We're always hopeful for that. We've had gorgeous weather every year, so
yeah. Well,
odds are in our favor.
Knock on wood. Let's hope for the same this year.
Yep,
absolutely,
yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then you have some pretty cool items.
We do. This year we are raffling off a Bergamot and Amore Woodstock Mini Sounds funny when you say Woodstock Mini. You think it's just a teeny tiny little bag,
Right.
but it's a
It's
really
pretty good
nice.
sized bag.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really nice.
It's gorgeous.
And it was donated. We are selling raffle tickets for $5 a ticket or 5 tickets for $20.
And it's very pretty pink.
It is. It is. It's beautiful. I want to
Mm-hmm.
win it, but if I do, I'll probably pick another ticket.
There's several people that have reached out that still want tickets. Just let us know, and we have more.
Yeah.
We can meet up with you, and also the shirts that we're wearing. You want to talk about them?
These are our 10th. These are like our 10-year commemorative shirts
Right.
with our original logo on the
The
front.
fuck the lump.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
With
And then
all the
on the back,
beneficiaries are on the back.
right on the back, we have listed all of our beneficiaries over the
Oh,
years.
nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So these are $25, and these are just our kind of bonus.
Are they
shirt.
all long sleeve like that?
They all-
I
they
really
are,
like
yeah.
that. Those are nice.
Yeah, and we have only a limited supply, and we only have a few large and extra large left. Our mediums are all out. We have, I think, 10 smalls. The smalls aren't selling very well these days, but
Won't fit me.
so we have some of those left, and hopefully we'll have a few to sell that night as well.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
And
And,
then-
then you have this year's new design.
This is our new design. This is our annual event design, especially for Tanya,
Who
is
loves
our
dragonflies?
I really like that a lot. I think that's
Yeah.
it's super pretty. I posted that with the promo this morning.
Yeah.
That shirt.
And she chose the song title on here, "Staying Alive."
Yeah. She loves dragonflies, so each year when we do our shirts, we try to have them suit the person that we're working for. And she loves dragonflies, and she loves the song "Staying Alive," so we try to get it all in there. Her name is Tanya Johns, by the way. I don't think that we have mentioned that. Our beneficiary this year is Tanya Johns from Graniteville.
From Graniteville.
Yep.
Yes. And I did post the poster so that
That's
people
right,
can
yeah.
Thank
see
you.
that as well. So, and she'll, like you said, she'll join us at some point soon.
Mm-hmm.
So what
She just
el-
dyed her hair hot pink.
She did.
She did.
Oh, nice. Now, what else is going on? I know that. Are you doing a silent auction, 50-50 raffle? What do you still need donations for the
Absolutely.
silent auction?
Yeah.
I've been collecting auction items, and yes, there's still a few people I need to reach out, circle back and collect from. But still, if anyone out there wants to donate, absolutely, I'm still searching for items for that.
Yeah, it's been a little bit tough to go out and ask for donations, especially after the flood.
Right.
Right. Everybody's kind of struggling right now, and so we've been a little reluctant to do that. But
Yeah, it is tough.
we've also had some really nice things donated.
Yes.
In spite of that, from Berry businesses, and so they are they're being generous, but it's hard to ask.
Silent auction, 50-50. We're selling koozies with our logo. And, this did start out as a ladies' ride only, kind of a niche we had for a few years. And then we invited spouses and men. And this year we want everyone to join us.
Everyone. There are still people out there that think that this is only a ride for women.
Right. And so we need
People still ask that, like, are guys included? And we have included them since our 4th year.
right. And
So-
that last year there was quite a few.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So hopefully that continues, and
Yeah.
hopefully, I would love to see you guys have numbers like they
Yes.
just had for the toy run.
Yeah.
I mean, I was shocked. I couldn't
That would
believe.
be incredible.
Wouldn't
We'd
that
need
be
more
amazing?
paperwork.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be amazing? I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was great. They had a beautiful day. That was fantastic.
it was perfect.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, what else do we have going on?
Well, so that day, I mean, we can talk about what we do through the day. We start registration at 8:00 in the morning at Gusto's. It happens to be the same weekend as the Heritage Festival this year, which when they rescheduled, they rescheduled to that weekend.
Right. You guys
So-
had already had that week
Correct.
planned out.
Right,
exactly.
right. We've planned this since last year.
Right.
So we're encouraging people to come early because parking is probably going to be somewhat of an issue. We're not
And
really
with
sure
the
how that's gonna
generosity
work.
of Tom Lozon, he said we could have the parking lot next to Gusto's for our ride
Yeah.
if it's ready.
Yeah.
Yes, we're hoping it's ready because
So-
that's a perfect spot for us to
Yes, it is.
to do all our staging. So starting at 8:00 in the morning, we will do registration, set up the silent auction. Lisa makes posters every year, and she hangs those up so that everybody can see all of the beneficiaries. And then we gather everybody together just before we leave to go over kind of the rules of the road.
Mm-hmm.
The V-Twins do all of our blocking for us.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Yeah, they're terrific. And so they'll, talk about the rules and how to ride safely. And then Earl Cooper Camp from the Episcopal Church
Yeah.
has offered to do a blessing of the bikes for us, which is cool. We've never
Nice.
done that before.
Nice.
So we'll do that shortly before Kick Stands Up, which is at 10:30. And we'll take off and do our route.
Now, what is the route?
So right now, we try to do a new route every year. And over the last 3 or 4 years, Dan from the V-Twins has found our route for us. And they're always beautiful. So this year, the route goes, it's kind of sketchy in the beginning because of the work at Hope Cemetery.
Yes.
We don't really want to bring motorcyclists through that mess if it's still a mess.
Right.
So we're going to go along Farwell Street, which is also kind of messy in the beginning.
Right.
Out onto Route... What's the route out there?
Route 2.
2, yeah.
Yeah.
And then up over Town Hill Road down into Montpelier, and then to Worcester, Elmore, back around to Hardwick, and then down into Cabot and back to Barrie.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really nice ride.
That
The
is
roads,
a nice ride.
yeah, the roads from Cabot to
Plainfield.
Plainfield are a little.
They're still under
Iffy,
construction,
too.
so
Yeah.
So that's the planned route right now. I think if it's really not going to be a safe trip with road construction, we might consider doing our original route, which was to Groton, Wells River, Bradford, and back. That
Yeah.
was our first year.
so we haven't done our map yet based on not quite knowing which way we're going to go yet because of the road construction.
Right, which isn't surprising with all of the with everything that's happening right now, and they are going as fast as they can, but there's
Right.
so much damage.
There's so much, yeah.
Yeah.
And we want it to be safe, obviously. so.
Yeah.
And that road, the Bikers for Beth take that route kind of the opposite way, and it's a little bumpy in places, but generally clear and safe, and
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
so yeah,
Should be-
we'll do what's
yeah,
safest.
that would be a good ride as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll do our route, and on our route we have 3 stops. It's a poker run, and we have 3 stops, and at each stop we play a game. We have had all kinds of different games over the years. We had
Bra pong.
bra pong. we had balloon darts. The balloons were
Slingshots.
balloons, and the first year when it was just the ladies, we had a bunch of guys helping us, obviously, because we needed to have the tables set up, and so we had the guys in pink wigs paint our fingernails, one
Oh, my
fingernail at each
goodness.
stop, or
Yeah.
So, but in recent years we've played cornhole, and we make the bean bags. We have the bean bags made with our beneficiaries' pictures on them,
Yes.
and then we give them to the beneficiary
Nice.
at the end of the day. Yeah.
That's awesome.
And hopefully they play cornhole.
Right.
And they can.
Right, they can keep going with
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Jerry Poitras has been our photographer.
Yeah.
Is he going to do that again this year?
Yes, he's been fabulous every year, and we do at one of our stops we do a group photo of everyone, and one of the stops we also have a dance party with the beneficiaries song, which will be Staying Alive this year, and a lot of people just stand around and watch, and they really should get involved and dance with us.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm always in my tutu, and everybody just looks at me
Right,
like I'm
you do your
crazy.
Yeah,
thing.
some of them
Well,
stand
hey.
on the outskirts and they look and
Like,
wonder what we're up to.
the hell is she doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, hey, you got to have fun. You got to spice it up a little bit.
Exactly.
And then we make it back to Gusto's.
We get back to Gusto's and we start off with the poker prizes. Bill, Lisa's boyfriend, tallies everything up, and we give out the poker prizes. We have 150 and 25 for first, second, and third place, and usually they get handed back to the beneficiary, which is really nice. And then we'll start our 50-50 raffle. We have volunteers, lots of volunteers that we couldn't do this without. And they'll start selling the 50-50 raffle tickets.
Josh and Jackie put on an amazing meal.
Yep.
Yeah. Do we know what's on the menu? Yeah.
It's
Yes.
our usual pork dinner. Yeah, we
Size
have
and
pork,
Jeannie's baked beans.
Jeannie's baked beans. Yeah. Rolls from the Wayside. They always donate rolls for us. And then Donna Thunder will be playing. And we'll have dancing and the silent auction. We usually call the silent auction about hour before the end of the day, which is usually around 6 o'clock. And then the 50-50 raffle winner as well.
We'll take a break in between and then be back down there for the send-off party.
Which is
the band at night, Lawless.
Yep.
From 8 to, they're going to play 2 sets. So it'll be 8 to 11 probably.
Yeah. With the 2 sets that they do.
Yeah.
And it's Sunday night.
Saturday
night.
Saturday.
So,
Yep,
okay.
September 23rd.
Nice.
Yeah. Now we wouldn't stay up that late on a
I
Sunday.
was
It's a
wondering.
school night.
I was wondering, whoa, how are we going to make that work? But that's because usually it is on a Sunday, isn't it?
Nope.
No, it's always on a Saturday.
You guys always do Saturday.
Yep.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, even better.
Yes.
And wow, so that's going to be really good.
It'll be a long day, I mean, we're usually exhausted by 6 and ready to go home. But we'll go home and, kind of change our shirts.
Right.
and
Take a little break until
take a
8
little
o'clock
break.
and come back at
Yeah. Yeah.
And send off party, meaning send off for all of you who have worked really, really hard at this for 10 rides.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it is a lot of work.
It's a whole lot of work.
But
yeah.
we have amazing volunteers. They know who they are. They're there every year.
We'll have a
And-
volunteer meeting about a week before the ride and make sure everybody knows, make sure we know what everybody wants to do. They all sort of have their own favorite things to do. And, if we have any additional duties that we need anybody to do, then, we'll sign people up. We have great volunteers.
There's
In
a
the
lot of
beginning-
people out there that have motorcycles
Yes.
that have never ridden with me. Hope to see you there.
Yeah, get there. Yeah, I really do. I hope that you guys have a humongous turnout. Let's
We're
push
hoping
this
so.
as hard as we can and see who we can get on board.
Yeah.
Like I said, the toy run was crazy amazing, and it would just be pretty cool if we could have numbers like that. And
That would be incredible.
now, when you first got here, I said, well, maybe somebody else would take it over and carry it on. But you're hoping that they don't.
Well,
In a
I mean,
way.
I'd
way.
love to see somebody do something for breast cancer, but
Just different.
yeah, and we're pretty particular about the way we like to run our event, and it would bug me.
Right. You'd be like, I don't want to do it that way. I don't want to do it that way.
Don't do it like
yeah.
that. Yeah.
And then you'd be right back in the ring
Yeah.
doing it
But
again, even though You said
Probably. You're
10
not doing
years,
that right.
and
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
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 We have to give a shout out to Diane Shalou too, because we have a meet and greet with our beneficiary every year where she does these amazing dinners. She loves to do that. We meet our person personally at their house, and after the ride, we have a check presentation, and we have another dinner prepared by Diane where we actually gather and we hand our beneficiary their check, and
Yeah.
that's why we like to get everything together, know our final total, get that check made up, and
Yeah.
do that presentation, because that's a big part of what we do. Because a lot of people, and like Bikers for Breath gives their total right there,
Right.
but we still have money coming in, dribbling in, and we like to do that check presentation.
We
with our
always have
dinner.
like people who've bought or won silent auction items that didn't stay. You know, that we need to
Right.
get the money from, and so for a few days afterwards, we're still collecting money.
Yeah.
And especially this year, we want to make sure that we have everything because we're just going to empty our checking account to Tanya.
Right. Right. So
Yeah.
it's most important to
Yeah.
do it that way.
Yeah.
And that makes sense. I mean, that you would want to wait and do that just in case. And
Yeah. Sometimes even after we've presented our check, a little money will dribble in, but we just hang on to it for the following year.
Right.
In the beginning, you know, when we first started out as a like one and done. We were just going to do this and have fun with
right.
it.
It was
And
going
you
to
know,
be done with.
but it was so successful and so much fun that we
Now,
had to
who
keep
was
doing
your
it.
first?
Me.
You.
Yep.
You were the
Yeah.
first recipient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she donated her money to the Branches of Hope at the Cancer Center, CBH.
Nice.
Yeah, I felt kind of funny about taking money from a event that I was putting on. You know, it felt like I should give it where it would.
Well, you weren't really putting it on. We were doing it for you.
Well, yeah, I know, but
But then you got involved because that's the way you are.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So then you,
And
Yeah.
when we
Super
come
cool.
back with Tanya, we can talk about her diagnosis, her prognosis, and what she's going through. And
Yeah.
yeah.
But what I was started to say before was when we first started out, we had shirts the first year, you know, this logo, and we did everything out of our pockets. And then as
Yeah.
money was coming in, we kind of paid ourselves back. And we did that for maybe 2 or 3 years. But then we realized as we were making more money that we could hold back a little bit of startup money.
Right.
And,
for the
yeah.
next year.
So we
Yeah.
could order shirts and order things that we were going to need. But, you know, this year it's all going to Tanya.
It'll all go.
And we'll be done.
Yeah. Pretty wicked.
Yeah. So hopefully
I
it's
think it's awesome.
$25,400 and something dollars.
Do you want to tell us who the 10 recipients have been? Or, well, we know 10 is going to be Tanya, but who the 9 are?
Yes.
So I was the first one. And then Lisa Kilburn.
Kilgore.
Kilburn. Lisa Kilburn. She was a member of the V Twins, and so that's kind of how they got involved with us. Excuse me. A lot of them came, you know, to the event and saw what we were all about, and they wanted to help. So that's how the V Twins started blocking for us.
Nice.
Solid. They get a hold of us every year
Yeah.
before we even can touch base with them. We're
Yeah.
ready to go.
Right.
And I told them to bring their motorcycle club in Forest this year as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They dress in pink, and you know,
Which
often
is awesome.
yeah, they'll serve our meal. I think last couple of years they haven't, but they used to serve our meal to us, and they'd have their little pink crowns on and
Oh, my
pink
goodness.
tutus, and yeah, they're great guys. So then our next beneficiary was Dawn, wasn't it? Yeah. There we go.
Yeah.
Dawn
I was going
Bourne.
to say, turn around.
Just
Lisa.
need the order.
Lisa. Dawn Bourne, who was just a feisty gal. She was so much fun. We did lose her a year or two after her ride.
Mhm.
So she'd never ridden on a motorcycle before, and one of the V Twins took her along.
Oh, gosh. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was a good day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
try to make sure every beneficiary gets to ride in the
Right.
ride.
Yeah.
Yeah, one way or another. Our next year, 2017, was Karen Bedard, who we also have lost since. She rode in a car.
Convertible.
Yeah. Yeah. And followed us along, and that was great.
Dawn rode on my dad's trike.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Yeah, she did. With your dad?
Yes.
Okay. All
Nice.
right. Yeah. And then we had Maria Popovic, who we also have lost since. She was
Another firecracker.
another firecracker. Oh my God. And then we had Donna Dick, who is still with us. She's had colon cancer twice and breast cancer twice, and she's cooking up a storm at the Meltdown.
Right.
And she's a great lady. 2020 was Margene Eldred, and what happened that year, it was the year of COVID.
Right.
So we really didn't know what we were going to do. We wanted to do something. And so originally we thought that we would, just Lisa and I and my husband, her boyfriend, ride the route, and Diane, just to officially have ridden a route or, done
Say
something.
we did it. Yeah.
Yeah. But then the more we talked about it on our page, the more interest we got. And so more and more people wanted to do it with us. So we didn't do a T-shirt because we really didn't know what the turnout would be. Everybody was masked at the time, so we didn't know, how it was going to work exactly. We got our usual bracelets that we give out when people register and ride, all individually wrapped, so that we were safe that way.
The mask all said F cancer.
Yeah, we had specially made masks. And then
I have mine still.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then we made bag lunches. We tried to get an idea of how many people were going to be there. And I think we made like 65 or 70 bag lunches, turkey sandwiches and chips and a pickle. And we had cupcakes. And we stopped at the Chelsea Common and had sort of a spread out. People went to their own places and ate their lunches. And then when we had our group photo, we also sort of spread out and wore our masks. And so as we were getting more and more interest, we realized that we needed to have somebody to give the money to. And Margene had a GoFundMe going on at the time, and she's a nurse at the hospital. And we got her name and asked her if she would be interested in being our beneficiary. And so she came, she rode along, and I think we raised, $2,000?
I don't remember. I think it was around 3,000 actually.
$2,000 or $3,000,
which is pretty cool.
And that
considering the
was all
situation.
donation.
Yeah.
It was not. I mean, we made the sandwiches, out of the little bit of a fund that we had, and there were no T-shirts to sell. There was no registration. People just came lined up, and we rode, and so that was really great.
That was
a great year.
That's pretty cool. And so many people were going through so much at the time, and so to be able to take that break and actually have a little fun must have seemed good too.
We're gonna try to have some memorabilia at Gusto's, like every year's shirt, every poster of every beneficiary.
Diane's working on a display.
Memory display.
Yeah.
And then photos. We have a lot of photos on a thumb drive.
Right. We're gonna
I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine.
Oh, we've got so many
photos.
Yeah.
How many? Yeah.
Thousands.
Last year we're kind of lacking from last year because Jerry had COVID last year and he couldn't come
Right.
and be our photographer. So our beneficiary Chelsea's uncle took pictures. Got some beautiful pictures, but not the huge number of pictures we usually have when Jerry does it. So so after Margene was Tila Malloy, and she was another firecracker, and we lost Tila about a week before the ride.
ride.
Yeah, she really wanted to be there, but we lost her.
People came out in big numbers.
Oh,
Yeah.
huge
Yeah,
numbers.
I remember.
Huge numbers. And the donations that came in were incredible. And that year, we also raffled off a quilt that a friend of Diane's. Diane had met a woman on a fly and ride trip where you fly somewhere and you ride, and she made this quilt. And she was a breast cancer survivor as well. She made this beautiful quilt, and we were going to do during 2020. Excuse me. But because, of COVID, we didn't. So we held on to it. And the money that we made from the raffle of that quilt was unbelievable.
Yeah.
So that was our $25,000 year. That was a huge year. It was, and I had
awesome.
COVID, so I couldn't go.
Right. I remember that you had COVID.
I couldn't go.
Yeah.
That was like the longest day of my
when
life.
I bought the shirt that year, I left the money on your porch and you left the
That's
shirt
right.
on the porch.
That's right. Yeah, I was still working
Here's
from
the
behind the
transfer.
scenes, but
Yeah.
what a disappointment.
Yeah.
I can't believe it, but
Yeah.
But Lisa, she, did it on
with
her
a
own.
with a lot of help.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
And she's the organizer. Everything
I like to organize. Yeah, that's why I don't want anybody else to take it over.
Right. I'm the same way.
And then last year was Chelsea Fournier, and Chelsea was our youngest
Yes.
beneficiary.
Yes.
And she was on the Aired Out show with us
Yes.
last year. She's lovely. Her and her husband Zach, lovely people.
Really good people. Do we
Yeah,
know how they're doing?
wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Her
Good.
curly hair has gotten a little bit longer, and she's just as cute as can be.
Sue's daughter
still.
just did family photos of them.
Yeah, she did. Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah. So she was 33, right? So that's young. She's the
Yeah.
youngest.
Yeah. Very.
Yeah. So we've had quite a variety of beneficiaries over the years, different stages, different types of breast cancer. The surprising thing is that when I got breast cancer, I thought, well, it's so easily cured nowadays, And for me, I was lucky. I had a type of breast cancer that was pretty serious and is known to metastasize. And luckily, it's been 10 years almost since my diagnosis. And but there are so many different types. There are Dawn's. Hers was sort of a low risk. She went through chemo and the whole deal, and then it came back with a vengeance.
Right.
And so it's
Which can often happen with some kinds. Is my mom had cancer. She got better. Everything was okay, but it came back as brain cancer.
Right.
And
right.
yeah.
Right, and usually it's that same cancer, but it's moved somewhere else.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Super. You never know. And men can get
Men
breast
can,
cancer
yeah.
as well.
And we really hoped that we would have a man as a beneficiary. And actually, I was told about a guy, a few years ago by a friend, but he didn't want to, be in the
Right,
spotlight
like, no way.
like that. No,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
But it would have been nice to have had a man to represent so that people could be really aware
Right.
of the
Men
fact
can
that
get it
men
too.
can get breast cancer
Because
too.
it does happen, and it happens way more than what most
Right.
people think that
Yep.
it does. I mean, the first time that I actually, the first time that I knew of someone, I didn't know them personally, but they were a neighbor, and that was the first time I ever really talked about or even heard of the fact that men can get it too.
Yeah.
And he did he didn't do well with it at all.
Yeah.
And so I wish you could have gotten one too.
I know. That would have been great.
It would
And
have been
it would have, I don't know, it would have been such an eye opener for people.
And age doesn't matter when it comes to breast cancer either.
It seems that people are younger and younger. We asked for nominations for beneficiary this year, and a couple of them again were in their early 30s.
Wow.
So we ultimately chose Tanya for a number of reasons that we usually consider, but yeah, a couple of them were really young.
We should point out too, you don't have to ride to join our events. You can show up after 2 to join the after party, make a donation, and try to get into the 50-50 and the silent auction, hang out and have a good time. and then come back in the
Right.
nighttime,
Good food,
start all
good
over.
company,
Yeah.
good music.
It's
really
talk
for
great
fun.
time.
We should talk about how much it cost.
Yep.
Yes.
It's $30 to ride for driver and passenger,
Which includes the poker run and the meal.
poker run and the meal. And then it's $20 if you're just coming for the meal and the after party. The nighttime is a $5 cover charge. And we're going to do another 50-50 raffle at night.
Nice.
Because we're thinking, hopefully some of the people from the daytime will come back. But
Right.
we're kind of thinking that we're going to have a whole different crowd for the nighttime.
I think that you might.
And
Yeah,
if you're at
for
the
sure.
Heritage Festival, come on down for a beer at
Yeah.
Gusto's.
Right, and buy a ticket.
Hang out, make a
Yeah.
donation, buy a
Yeah,
ticket. I
exactly.
mean, we can coordinate
Yeah, exactly.
with Gusto's too. We're not going to keep it a private event. It's open to the public, and we welcome everyone.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what a couple of us did last year. We were over at the park, and then we walked over to Gusto's
Yeah.
and hung out there for a while.
Yeah.
And I think it's kind of awesome that it's happening at the same time. Maybe it'll even bring more people.
That's what
to
we're
you.
hoping. we're a little, like I said, we're a little concerned about parking because Merchants Row, that fills up with
Then we
people.
got to change our route a little bit coming out of Gusto's to get around
Very.
Barry.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
but-
right.
We'll probably go down Merchants Row and out Granite Street.
Yes.
But we're hoping that people might come early if they're coming for the after party, so that they can get parking. And the parade is at 1, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So they can go watch the parade, and
Right.
we'll be back probably soon after the parade.
Right. Yeah, that would be
Yeah.
that would be great. So that's what we can probably 3 hours. You'll be gone about that.
Yeah, usually about that.
3 to 4.
Yeah, Tila's, I think, we're gone longer. It was a longer ride, but it's usually about 3 hours. Yeah.
Good.
We usually eat at about 4.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that we have time once we get back to, everybody wants to
And pork
get a drink
beans. Like pulled pork?
no, just sliced.
Roasted
Sliced
Yeah.
pork. Roast pork.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Pork
Yeah,
and
it's
beans.
really good. Pork and beans and rolls and salad, and it's really good. It's been our annual meal. It's just kind of a nice fall.
It is a nice
Meal.
fall meal.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's perfect, actually. And not that I want to say the F word,
No.
fall. Yeah.
I know. Well, it's already
It's here.
It's here.
And it was
Hey,
pretty
maybe-
chilly and foggy this morning.
It
Yes.
was, and we might have, the first year we had beautiful foliage, and the second year too.
Yeah.
But we've been a little early for the foliage since then, so maybe this year we'll have the foliage again.
There's already a little bit out there
I know.
in some spots. So especially if you go up 302 and out that way.
Yes.
Yeah. So it is a rain or shine event. We've had beautiful weather every year, so we're counting on that.
We're gonna knock on wood and
We're
hope for
gonna
the
knock
same
on
this
wood.
year.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Rain or shine. If it's rainy, if it's cold, just dress appropriately. Last year it was beautiful out, but it was chilly, and so there was a lot of leather, and we still had a great time.
Yes.
Right. Well, and that's what it's all about. It's a great time and a team effort and the support for this. Not only the beneficiary, but the family as well. To have them know that they're not alone either, and while their loved one is going through all of this is a pretty big deal. I think
Exactly.
that all of you ladies just rally around them like this, and
It's a beautiful day. It's really a beautiful day. A lot of laughter and a lot of hugs, and it's a great day.
yeah. Last year's interview with Chelsea and Zach, I will never forget. Him sitting and watching her, like it was just the most adorable thing. I actually cried most of it.
Me
just
too.
because-
I just saw.
yeah, just because through most of it. But the awe he had for her,
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
was,
And how eloquently she spoke
Yes.
about everything she went through
Yes.
without crying.
right.
I don't know how she
just,
did that.
I will never ever ever forget that. And we interview lots of people. We see lots of people, but that I definitely will always hold.
He still looks
really
at her like
dear.
that.
Yeah.
They're a really beautiful couple.
They really are. But you could just tell that he was her number one fan and cheerleader, and that he just it was pretty awesome to sit back and watch.
Thanks.
And we learned
Yeah.
a lot.
Thanks.
Yeah. Sorry, girls. So
Chelsea,
Yeah.
you did it again.
yeah. But so we hope everybody comes out again. The day.
September 23rd. Registration starts at 8. Blessing of the bikes, probably about 10. We're leaving at 10:30, 10:15, and kickstands up at 10:30.
And I'm fairly certain that JD and Sherilyn both plan to ride. That's what I've heard.
Excellent.
You better be there.
I'm fairly certain. That
And
they both
donations
intend
can
to
be
ride.
made if anyone wants to mail something to Sue.
Yeah, the check or money order to Annual Ladies Ride for Breast Cancer or to Tanya Johns directly. It's Tanya with an A. I keep spelling it with an O.
Yeah.
And to be mailed to P.O. Box 387, Southbury, Vermont 05670.
And we'll put it in the comments. I'll
Yeah.
make sure that gets posted up with this. I'll get the address from
It's
you.
on the poster as
Oh,
well.
it is on the poster.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
the poster is up and it's on the poster. And so if you want to send donations, if you can't attend, or even if you are going to attend and you just want to get that part of it out of the way, make sure you do that. And still looking for silent auction
Yes.
items. If you have them, if you have any good ideas, these ladies would be super grateful for those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the raffle for the Bergamot and Amore bag
Is ongoing until that day.
is ongoing, and we'll probably call it about 10 o'clock that night. You don't have to be present to win. The 50/50s, you do have to be present to win.
Yeah.
And so we all have tickets to sell. Some people have been Venmoing money,
Yep.
and we'll fill out the stubs and put them in the basket. Yep.
Yep.
That's
Which is
usually
a good
the
idea.
easier
Yeah.
way to do it.
Yes.
We also have tickets at the Graniteville General Store. Tanya worked there. So there are tickets up there, and there are tickets at Bergamot and Amore in Williamstown. They wanted to help us.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
always seem to jump on board with
Yeah.
pretty much
Yeah.
everything.
I thought that was great, and Amanda had said on one of our posts about the bag that this is sort of a one of a kind. They don't offer this color. So, you're going to have a one of a kind bag.
I guess
Yeah.
I better buy a ticket.
It's a really pretty
Yeah.
color. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
So in the 50/50 tickets again are how much?
$5 a ticket or 5 tickets for $20
Nice.
For the
Yeah.
bag.
Very reasonable.
for the bag.
For that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else that you can think of?
Oh,
I wanna
did we
make sure
say
that we
everything?
have everything. We have the koozies.
Yeah, we've got
We
the
have
koozies.
shirts,
We have
patches.
beer and seltzer koozies.
I know I'm going to have to get another.
And then patches. Gwen LeCount, she does the Bikers for Beth ride also.
Yes.
She has the old sewing machine. She recently,
Lost her
Lost her
husband
husband.
and her home
Yeah.
in the
Yes.
flood. But she said her sewing
Fire.
machine
Fire.
survived. And she still wants to do this.
she still wants to do this for us. She needs a ride
Oh my gosh.
with her sewing machine. And we'll make that happen. We'll get her a ride to the event, but she still wants to do it. She donates
Wow.
her time and her
Wow.
profits, and it's great.
It's pretty wicked.
Yeah.
She really wants to do that.
Yeah.
A sense of security and peace. I'm sure it's something that
Yes.
she's always done, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty cool that she'll be there with
Yeah.
us. Nice. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait for that day.
Me
I
too.
hope that it's
It's coming right
I hope
up.
it's super nice out, and I hope we have a
Oh,
great
I
day.
know.
I hope you guys have a really kick-ass turnout. We need to just keep shouting this
Yeah.
as loud as we
We'll
possibly can.
we'll really start ramping up the posts that we put out and the information, and we usually try to get a lot of excitement going, in the few weeks
Yeah.
before.
And I know some people that are just getting their licenses and getting their motorcycles. This is a great ride.
It's a slow ride.
It's a slow
It is.
ride. It's an organized ride, and the blockers do an amazing job. It's very safe.
Yep.
So
We've always made it a speed limit ride and a very safe ride. Last year, we had a little incident on one of the bridges.
Yep.
There was some construction, and there was a guy in a truck that didn't want to
stop or
wait for the bikers, and he squeezed right through, and
dangerously.
that was really upsetting because and mostly to the V twins because they, as hard as they were trying to get this guy to stop,
He didn't care.
to keep everybody safe, he didn't care, and he just kept going. So, I mean, you never know about situations like that, but any other time we've had a really safe, slow, easy ride.
Yeah, and if you grab it, if you're going out of state on vacation or something, or just even to New Hampshire or Maine or New York to a concert or shopping, grab a poster from the girls or print it off yourself and post it up.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, please.
I was amazed. Not this year, and maybe there was, but last year I met quite a few people that came from out of state just because they were somewhere shopping in New Hampshire, and somebody had posted a poster on the wall, and they saw it, and they invited all their friends, and so a bunch of them showed up, and then some other people were there from New York that just happened to be riding and heard about it, and so they decided to
join us,
stay the night, and join in.
Fall in.
Yeah. And so it was awesome.
Some of the V twins from other states come to help with the blocking also.
Yeah.
They've
That's
gotten
awesome.
interested.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Good. Well, I'm really looking forward to it. We'll hope for really good weather and
Yes.
all that. I wore my Roseanne
Yeah.
sweatshirt today just for this, just because she was huge on the breast cancer and
she
the
was.
awareness and
Fundraising.
and walks, and even I mean, gosh, right until the day she died, she was still painting and crafting and getting things together for the walk and all of that stuff. So I mean, she was pretty intense and
Passionate
about supporting, for sure. And so so I just decided that I should wear my sweatshirt in memory of her today. And
awesome.
as you know,
it's a beautiful thing.
we we have all kinds of people in there that we need to memorialize, and it's a scary thing.
Yeah,
for
sure is.
And a lot of people
And it doesn't
go
seem
through-
to be going away,
No,
I mean, more and more you hear about
Yeah, the numbers are
all kinds of cancer.
Especially in our
all different
area.
kinds. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. And maybe it's because, I don't know, sometimes that's how I feel like I hear more and more and more and more of it. But is it because we're like this small state, or is it really ramping up that much? I don't know. It's scary.
Yeah.
Either way, it's scary.
Definitely.
Well, thank you, ladies, for joining me.
Thank you
And
for having
we'll
us.
Definitely going to have you back and with the beneficiaries,
Yes.
Yep.
and we'll be there with you guys that day for sure,
Yay.
without a doubt, no matter what.
It's going to be a beautiful day.
It is going to be a beautiful day. We'll keep saying that, and it absolutely is. And like you said, maybe it'll be foliage. Maybe we'll get to see some nice color. And
We've certainly taken some routes that, if the foliage were peaking, would have been
Amazing.
glorious.
absolutely amazing. Yeah. If you do the Elmore ride, I mean, that will be, if you're able to do that, that will be pretty amazing. Up
Yes.
through Worcester Woods and stuff. That's usually, that's quite a ride. It's a
Yeah.
really nice ride. So, good luck, and let's just hammer this as hard as you can, and get you as many as you can, and whatever you can, and everybody that's listening and commenting, share it. Share the poster. Share the information.
Come ride with us.
Share
Come
the
ride with us.
show.
Come party with
come
us.
Ride.
Celebrate.
Come celebrate, and let's make this the biggest year they've had yet. It's that's the goal.
Help us meet our goal. It's a big goal,
but
we can do it.
Yeah, we can definitely do it. And so come on out, and I hope to see many of you there, and we will see you guys again soon.
Yes,
we'll get that all booked up.
Thank you.
All right.
Sounds good.
Thanks,
Thank you.
everybody. Have a great day. JD will be back tomorrow, I think. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. But if not, I'll see you in the morning. Have a great day.